Hi guys, welcome to World School Series. Now, during war and market crashes, avoid this one costly mistake. Okay, if you're an investor, if you're somebody that is building your future, listen and don't skip this video. Because right now, with this Iran war shaking the market, if you are still buying penny stocks, you are gambling, not investing. When we say penny stock, we mean those cheap stocks, okay, that have very low liquidity, have very low market caps, and some of them, their fundamentals are not yet defined, okay. Global market is currently unstable. Oil prices have surged above $100, so you know what that means. Stock market is fluctuating, okay. Inflation fears is everywhere. This war has already caused major volatility across global markets, okay. And we are all seeing it. Those that have portfolio in S&P 500, Nasdaq are seeing it. And when the markets react this way, who suffers most? It's the weak companies, okay. Weak companies suffer what? The most. Okay, so let me be clear. Penny stocks look attractive because they look cheap. They can easily get quick upside. So can they get quick downside. Okay, and in times like this, cheap becomes dangerous. Why? You might ask. Because penny stock usually have very weak financials, which I've talked about, poor cash flow, and no real stability. Okay, so what do you do as a smart investor during uncertainty? What the rich investors usually do? Okay, you run to safety because liquidity dries up and the stock market is where crash is the most. Okay, so what is smart money institutions, people with high network, what they do this period is opposite of what retail small time investors usually do. That's why the retail small time investor gets bonds. Okay, because what they do is they buy strong companies because of course it's in discount. Okay, profitable businesses, companies with consistent known earnings. Because even now, with all this volatility, the fundamentals behind strong companies have not changed. So it's just like they are buying at discounts, okay? Because the fundamentals remain the same, okay? Microsoft remain Microsoft and it will recover, okay? Google remains Google, okay? Alphabet company. So panic investors' wealth during this period are transferred to stable, sound investors, but mainly while following strong companies with good fundamentals. So if you are investing in this kind of market currently, there are three questions you should ask yourself before doing anything. One, does the company make profit consistently? The company you want to invest on. Can it survive high inflation or economic shock just like now? Would I still hold this stock for the next 3 to 5 years, especially if it's in a developed world like the Western world here, or if it's in Nigeria? At least 2 to 5 years. Though many of you don't like hearing that. That's why I said investment is not gambling. Okay. Because in a market crash, weak stocks disappear. It's just the same thing with crypto. You see Bitcoin surviving, but many of all those meme coins, many have vanished. Many are trailing at 0.0 something. Okay, so go for the blue chips. Don't be in a haste to double, okay? Because that's the error most of you make. In this wealth class, we teach you no hype, okay? So it's not by buying cheap stocks, but by buying quality at lower price, and that's what's happening now. Most of the big companies are on sale. Put your money there, and in 6 months to 1 year time, you start smiling again. Because once this conflict settles, that's what happened in COVID. The richest people collected wealth through wealth transfer, because that time the poor people are panicking, but they were positioning themselves for maximum returns. Okay, so this video, make of it whatever you want to. It's not a financial advice, it's a teaching. Do what the smart investors are doing, and you might just be the next smart investor. So click the follow button if you are seeing me the first time. Let me know what you are buying currently. If you also need advice on what to buy, which is not a financial advice but just a recommendation, put it in the comment, and I might just be able to respond to you. Okay, so have a nice day.